I noticed in the course of whatever people were saying, I know two famous serial killers, right? One is the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski, and the other one is Jeffrey Dahmer. All right.
Where's the Kuklinski's from? Where?
Midwest, something, Colorado, something like that.
So,
right?
Wisconsin.
Okay. So for just give a brief synopsis. The Iceman, they estimate that he's killed upwards of 100 people, possibly as many as 150.
He was nuts.
He shows literally zero remorse. He did some of it for money, some of it for fun, some of it he didn't know why. Like one instance, he talks about how he waited at a stoplight and he was like, all right, the first person to drive up here is going to get his head blown off. Waits. Some guy drives up. He blasted him in the head with a shotgun. You see him talking on the documentary, and he's like, yeah, I didn't know his head would pop off like that. Kind of smiles. The only thing he shows remorse for is that his family won't forgive him or accept him. It's the only time he tears up, and even then, it's not even like a wailing cry. It's light. Yeah. So, just real quick, let me finish. So, he had a really tough childhood, like we were talking about. He was beaten on. He was a small little Irish kid. His stepmom and his dad used to smack him around. Kids used to pick on him, and then he accidentally ended up, killing some kid when he was 16 or 18, with an iron bat. And kind of the feeling of it, the revenge factor went for it. That was an instance of having a rough childhood. The other guy, Jeffrey Dahmer, is the corpse fucker. He's a necrophiliac.
That is
sick
so
guy.
gross.
He even says it himself, and his dad is still a part of his life today and helped him co-write a book. He had a wonderful childhood. Yeah. He says he doesn't know where it came from. He was loved by both parents. He was a smart kid. There was nothing wrong with him. He just needed to get something.
He was good looking, too.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe because he wears thick rims like you. Sorry. But the reason I brought those two up was just because, I don't think that there's one answer. There's no formula. I think evil is the absence of good, and everyone has the capability for evil. It's just you're a seed, and depending on the environment you're put in, you have the potential to sprout that evil into something huge or keep it minimal. It's like a plant. It's the same thing. All nature is the same, and I don't think that we're any different. And I don't think that there's any hidden reason. I think this real quick.
No, because it makes perfect sense to what you said before.
I just think that this kid, Morgan Freeman said it. This kid is a loner, and he should have just offed himself in his basement. But because of the media bringing these killers to the forefront instead of honoring the victims, we're talking about the mental illness. They sensationalize everything and throw them out there.
Spend more time on the killer than we do the victims.
Freeman. That's a quote that some guy wrote on his Facebook wall, attributed to
Really?
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
I looked it up too, and I saw on news outlets putting it
and then Morgan Freeman came out and said, I didn't say that.
That's crazy.
I don't know where that came
That's crazy
from.
you said that, because I made sure to look it up, because I never trust those things.
He's a media.
Yeah.
Anyway, one thing is
Sorry,
for
that was so
sure.
long.
These things come out only if we are forced to be by ourselves, If we are not able to communicate, to be in relationship, to exchange something. So sometimes it's very difficult to be part of a community, A, or to have friendships, B. Sometimes we are afraid of being open because we have been hurt, whatever. And I think that the most important value is really sharing. Sharing, having different opinions, of course, but that helps us, I don't think that somebody who kills, for whatever reason that is, the first reason is that he or she cannot really share. Because if you can share something, you might go back to your...
They're supremely alienated.
That goes back to how we need the left and the right side brain, because if your right side is has all these good ideas, or even bad ideas, whatever.
Yeah.
If you have all these ideas, and then the right side of your brain that can't communicate them, whether it's talking to someone or writing it down or acting or singing or writing music, whatever the case may be, then I feel like you have those people that are just lose it. They just can't function in regular society anymore.
Right.
They're not
They're a dreamer.
yeah.
They work very well in their sleepings, in their dream state and not in the awakened state.
Anita, can we try a sculpting exercise here? I want Justin first. We gotta sculpt Anita, we have 4 performers right in this class. And I want you to interview them. This is where Alex films them, just in the way you interviewed left and right. Justin will sit right here in front of the white. The rest of the class can interview Justin. And I like this tension between Justin